Hey everybody, today we are going to play a thrilling game that I just invented called How is My Lighting? I just got a ring light for teaching and I have no idea how it looks, and I'm also just kind of naturally a very bad judge of my personal appearance. And so I figured to get a nice, like, objective view of, like, hey, I can see you clearly and all of that. I thought that I would make a video and have you guys tell me if my lighting sucks or not. The one place in my house that isn't like backlit or doesn't have like a bunch of my husband's hunting trophies in the background is one where the lighting is great exactly when I'm not teaching. Like, it's the sun sets and the sun comes in my window at like 7:30 at night, and so not very helpful for what we are going to be doing. But anyway, so I'm making a video so you can tell me how my lighting is, but also because I figured that that would be kind of boring, I am also tackling two birds with one stone, and I am going to answer a question that I get all the time asked by nobody, which is, how do you do your makeup? And so I am going to do my makeup, but I'm not going, this isn't like a tutorial. I'm not going to tell you every step that I'm doing. I'm just going to chat and you're going to watch me do my makeup. In the biz, this is called a get ready with me. But anyway, you are just going to watch me put a bunch of crap on my face. And if you want to know, like, hey, what is that stuff? Or what did you do that for? Or what would you recommend for blah? You can let me know, and then I would be happy to tell you. But I try not to, like, tell people this is how you should do your makeup, because I am perfectly average when it comes to doing my makeup. Like, I'm better than some. I can think of 1,000 people in the known universe who are better at doing their makeup than me. And so, but if you want to know how I do my makeup, this is how I, or this is what I do. But if you want to know how I do it, I am happy to show you that at a later time. But again, right now, all I need you to do is tell me if my lighting's okay. So yesterday, my ah, an eye boogie. Yesterday, my husband and I got back from vacation. We were in Estes Park, Colorado. And so my buddy Brian from high school nailed that based on like the one video that I provided of where I was on vacation. And he was like, you're on the Alpine Trail in the Rocky Mountain National Park in Estes Park, Colorado. And I was like, dude, one, great to hear from you, and two, nailed it. So Brian, I hope you and Lauren are doing well. Is your dog's name Christoph? It's like Christoph or Christofferson, something like that. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I know Brian from high school, but we did forensics together. And not like CSI forensics, it's like competitive speaking and acting. We did different events, but it was a good time in high school. And that's where, like, I also knew his wife Lauren in high school because we did forensics together and all of that good stuff. So anyway, we went to Estes Park, Colorado. We stayed in a cabin in the mountains. It is beautiful. It kind of solidified for me that I am more of a mountains person than a beach person, which, zero disrespect to the beach. I definitely understand people's allure of the beach, but if I had to choose... Sorry, I just realized I put my thing in front of my face that entire time. I am using a brush that looks like this, and I'm putting color. It's called a transition shade, and you put it like here so that there's kind of a natural, you guessed it, transition between your skin color and then the color you're gonna put on your eyes. So what I was doing on this eye, I did the exact same thing on this eye. I've never filmed myself doing this before, so I can see how it'd be like, wow, Terry, you suck at this. But anyway, was I saying? Oh yeah, so like no disrespect to the beach. I can totally see why people love going to the beach. But I have just realized I'm kind of more of a mountain person. Um, it was one of those things that it was a fantastic place to visit. I don't think I'd want to live there. Like I don't think I want to like live in a cabin in the woods forever. I've always been kind of a city girl. But as a place to get away, it is really lovely up there. So yeah, so Estes Park, Colorado. I highly recommend it. I'm going for the people who see me on a more regular basis, I do try to coordinate my makeup with my outfit. I have 2 Zoom meetings today, so while my outfit isn't that sophisticated, I got this new shirt, and I love it, and so I'm low-key coordinating my makeup with the colors that are in my t-shirt, while at the same time, like, wholeheartedly admitting that I'm just wearing a t-shirt. So this isn't gonna be like, oh my gosh, glam. Like, this isn't that because I'm wearing a t-shirt, but this is cool. Watch. Oh, and then the dust goes. That's a cool makeup thing to do. Yeah, so like I want to look presentable for the meetings that I have today, but at the same time, presentable under the context of I'm quarantined at home and I'm wearing a t-shirt. So it's a delicate balance that I do not know how to do, but I'm filming it anyway. Boy, that blends nicely. I just got this eyeshadow palette not that long ago, and I love it. Lots of people, you will know lots of people who are more into makeup than I am, who have dozens, literally hundreds of eyeshadow palettes. And that's great. I tend to be more efficient when it comes to my eye makeup. And that is that, like, if I've already got a color in a particular, like, palette or shade or formula, I don't feel the need to get that same color in other formulas. And so I have a grand total of 5 eyeshadow palettes, which there's many people out there who are going to be like, what the craziness, I almost said a bad word, do you need 5 eyeshadow palettes for? And I'm like, yep, I hear you, I get it. To each their own. And so I also use, typically when I do my eye makeup, I will use 3 colors on, like, in my particular eyeshadow look. And you're gonna ask me what's taking so long, and I promise I will answer that. So I typically use 3 eyeshadow colors. I use the transition shade, which is what you saw earlier, and I use what I'm doing now, which is called a crease shade. And then, hang on, this is the one where I like did this last time. So let me try to be better about that. And then I use a lid shade. So I typically use 3. You may see some like Instagram-y type eyeshadow looks that have like 6 or 7 colors in them. I am not that skilled, and so that's why I don't do that. I'm not going to be like, those people are ridiculous. I'm going to be like, nope, those people are talented. I do not know how to do that. But I find that I get enough what looks like effort, but also connects to my inherent laziness if I use 3 colors. And so that's what I'm doing. So my eye makeup takes a little bit of a while because my eyes are unique, let's call it. I have deep set, which means that my eyes are further into the back of my head. I have deep set hooded eyes. And so what hooded eyes means is that the skin that is from your brow bone makes a hood over your eyelid. And so you can't see very much of my eyelid unless I close my eye. And so what that means for things like eyeshadow is that where someone who doesn't have hooded eyes would actually put their crease shade literally in the crease of their eye up here. If I did that, watch, I'm just gonna start looking forward. Like my crease eats this up. And so if I only put something in my crease, then I'd look straight ahead and you'd never see it. And so I actually have to move my crease shade up a little bit just so people can actually see that it's there. Fun tip. But anyway, my husband went rock climbing, and that's why we went to Colorado. And he climbed, it's called Shark's Tooth is the name of the mountain. And I think that mountain is a relatively big deal. Just a second. We're back. That mountain is a pretty big deal. And he really wanted to climb that mountain the year that he turned 40. My husband turns 40 in September. And so for him, it was, this really accomplished feeling that like, yes, I am aging. I am a human person who is not impervious to the natural passage of time, but he did something when he was 39 that he wasn't able to do at 29 or even 19. And so I'm so proud of him. He's the kind of person that like his work ethic is ridiculously inspiring. Like people think that I have a solid work ethic. No. And I just I will spend eternity attempting to get on my husband's level. He is quite literally the hardest working person I know, and I know a lot of hardworking people, and so he's the best. But anyway, I did not go rock climbing. For the people who are like, oh God, you didn't go rock climbing, did you? No. This does not rock climb or hike. However, I went with him for one, like just to get away, but also moral support, and then just to be there to help him like make sure that he has everything, and then also just to keep him company. And so I had a great time too, even though I did not scale a mountain at all, but that was fine. And we did like a little bit of hiking. Like I'm not totally like Green Acres. Like which Gabor was in Green Acres? Was it Ava or Jaja? I want to say Ava. Someone tell me. But yeah, so it was really fun. We got to be mountain people for a skosh. I got fudge. I got saltwater taffy. My husband got rock candy, which is one of the whole reasons he wanted to go. So that was cool. Hang on. Tea break. Is this video already 1,000 years long? Yeah, probably. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, so there's that. On to... I'm being all organized. On to... Actually, yeah, let me do this first. So this is a... I don't have to do that. This is a pencil that I am going to put in my water line. So your water line is kind of exactly what I'm demonstrating. And I like to put my flesh colored. I'm trying hard not to call something nude if the only person it's nude for is me. I'm working on that. Because like, to any person of color, this is not nude. This is white. And so I'm training my brain for me to say like my skin tone color as opposed to say nude. I think the beauty industry also needs to work on that, but that's okay. It starts with me. Anywho, So in case you were wondering, um, like, Terry, why did you do your eye makeup first? Like, why didn't you do your foundation and concealer and do your eye makeup later or whatever? And the reason for that is because some eyeshadows will have something that's called fallout. And so the powder from your eyeshadow as you're applying it will fall. And so sometimes it'll rest on like the apples of my cheeks because my cheeks kind of stick out. It'll rest on the apples of my cheeks. And I've got like a smidge of fallout. Like you can't tell from there. If I get really close, can you see it? Nope, not even a little bit. But anyway, like it's there for me, and so it would annoy me. And so now I can put my foundation over it and hide it. So yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. The Colorado trip came at a very good time for me. I was not doing well around the time that we announced to go virtual and kind of a couple weeks before that, just because the world was getting nasty. And it's not like the world is all healed. The world is nasty in different ways. But in the context of schools and schools' role in a society, but also compared to how we treat people who have to do with the school, how much we rely on teachers and administrators and support staff and bus drivers versus how they're treated in greater society. That was really troubling to see. I was telling my husband that I went from, like, as a teacher, I went from being a hero to being lazy and not worth my job or not worth my salary, like really quickly. And that was scary. But I am not good at, as the kids would say, ignoring the haters. I very unfortunately have always had a relatively unhealthy obsession with what people think of me, and not in a oh my god, I need everybody to think of me all the time type way. Like, it's not an attention thing. But I always think that people are thinking of me negatively. Like, that's just kind of like my default setting, is that like, oh, if someone knows who I am, they must think I'm garbage. Which is not even remotely healthy. And so I'm doing my best to work on that stuff while I work on me. Sorry, I just did the thing again. And so the getting away was nice. And my husband is teaching me, just kind of over the course of the years that we've been together, to kind of ignore the people who are very opinionated, and yet not even just I don't like the opinion, but that the opinion is illogical. That you can criticize, you don't have to validate someone's opinion just because it is an opinion. And one of the things that I'm going to figure out how to impress upon my students, I know that when our students are really young, we tell them like when they answer a question for English, they're like, oh, it's your opinion, so there's no wrong answer. And I get why we taught our kids that, because we want them to feel free to express their opinions. However, like, one of the things that I am figuring out, and I guess I've always known, but now I'm able to articulate it, is that like, that's not always the case. Like, some people's opinions are so completely and utterly wrong. Just because somebody feels something doesn't mean that it is correct or that I have to acknowledge it. And so that's something that I'm going to figure out kind of over the rest of my teaching career. How to impress upon my students that like, oh, no, have an opinion, but have it very well thought out. But keep in mind, just because it is your opinion does not mean it's infallible. And so And that's a good lesson for not only school, just so that they don't put down any old answer when it's an opinion question, but also for life. Like, just because you can't go around saying stupid stuff. You can't be like, hey, the sky's orange outside because that's my opinion. And it'd be like, no, like the sky's not orange. It's like bluish gray. And they're like, no, but I feel like it's orange. I'm like, no, you're still wrong. I get that you feel that, but you're wrong. I don't want to make this an overly political video. And so I'm not talking about, if you want to have conversations with me about Black Lives Matter and diversity in school curriculum and police brutality, I am very open to those conversations. I just don't like having those conversations publicly, just for my own comfort level. I'm trying to see if there's anywhere else I need concealer. I feel like this lighting's pretty decent, and it doesn't look like I need it. I'm curious from your vantage point now. So this has been one color shade. This is another color shade. Oh my gosh, that makes me look orange. And then that's another color shade. So I'm gonna ask you if you like this better or this better. I'm gonna put it on that one. So now I'm gonna do my makeup in this lighting for a little bit, and then you tell me if you like it. I can't tell if I look orange. I just can't tell. Okay, where was I? So, I don't have an agenda for this conversation. I am just rambling. What else is going on? Not much. You're just gonna watch me. I guess I just talk about the makeup I'm wearing now. So there we go. We broke me. I'm now talking about makeup. So anyway, I did my eyeshadow first because then when I put on my foundation and my concealer, it's covered up any of that fallout that I had. I was mixing my foundation. So here, let me. So this is the foundation that I use, and it's fantastic, but it's pretty full coverage, and it's hot as crap outside. And so since I don't want to feel so like, I'll mix it with just like a moisturizer. So I'll do like dab moisturizer, squirt of foundation, mix, 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 go, go, go. And so I'll probably use the moisturizer with my foundation probably through, I want to say like October-ish, and then right around when it starts getting cooler, I'll just use the foundation and no moisturizer. So there you have it. What do I need to do? Okay, I need to contour. So contouring is one of those steps in makeup that I am eventually going to stop doing. I'm not very good at it, and so that's the prime motivation to not doing contouring anymore, is that I'm not that great at it. But also, I find that it looks better on camera than it does in real life. And like real life, it's like, oh my God, what are you doing? But on camera, it looks okay. And so, oh boy, did I mess that up? Did I mess that up? You can't tell. But anyway, so what the purpose of contour is, it creates shadows. And so you are creating negative space. I think that's what it's called in art, where you would want a shadow to be. So you're not mimicking where the sun hits, you're mimicking where the sun doesn't hit. Am I gonna contour my nose? No, I just need to accept that. Some people contour their nose and it makes it look like really skinny. I can never make it look that good, and so I'm just gonna kind of come to grips with the fact that I have the schnoz of my ancestors. And so what I'm doing is I'm creating a shadow under my cheekbone to make my face look more like this, without actually doing that. And then down here, I do it to narrow out my jaw, because my jaw tends to go like, and I want it to go, do you love the sound effects? And I realize that this is probably incredibly boring to watch, which is why I'm doing this really quickly. lighting still doing okay? Talk to me. I'm just kidding. You can't hear me. So yeah, I'm trying to think of, so this is the neutral lighting. My ring light has like a white light and then a mix of white and yellow light and then a mix of the yellow light. And I think the yellow light looks horrible. Man, that's the yellow light. And I think I look straight up orange. That's the neutral light. And then this is the cool light. So this is what I was doing the first half. And then this is the neutral. So you're gonna tell me which you like better. I'm gonna keep switching back and forth. But yes, this is the neutral lighting right now. I love how I'm like looking in my mirror, but I could just look on the monitor. Is that cool? It's fine. It's fine. It'll do. So also, when I am on, when I was doing teaching and I was on my webcam, I found that the average makeup that I did, like, didn't show up very well. And so, and I was like, I swear I did my makeup. And it just didn't show up very well. And so what I do, for when I'm filming, I don't always do it for every day, but when I'm filming, like when I'm on camera, I will do, this is a cream blush, like Quad, I got from e.l.f. And I will do, so I'll do cream products, and then I'll set it all with powder, and then I'll do powder products on top of it. So in person, it's gonna be like, dang, calm down. But on camera, it's gonna be like, ooh, ethereal. And I put my blush up here, because I don't typically put it on the apples of my cheeks, like right here anymore, because I don't want to draw the eye down. Like I don't want, because you know how people when they put on blush and they smile, and so like your apple's right here, and then as soon as you stop smiling, your apple falls. And so I'm trying to put my blush in a part of my face that doesn't move that much. Sorry, I did it again. Can you tell I've never filmed myself doing makeup ever? Okay. Yeah. Now my fingers are gross. And this guy. This is my little highlight. It's like in that. Oh, wow. You can't tell that color at all. That just looks like blinding white. It's not that blinding white. But, like, look at that. Oh, so shiny. And then, so the thing with highlight is that everyone puts it differently. And so you, like for yourself, you have to put it at the high points of your own face. And so how you do that is just like, find your light, and wherever the light hits, put on some highlighter. It's not gonna be in the same spot for everybody, and that's okay. And there are some people who will do the like, and so you'll see like a full-on stripe of highlight. I am not one of those people, and that is fine. No disrespect to the people who are those people at all. Here we go. Okay. All right, I think that's sufficient. I really should have brought something to wipe my hands. I'll use my sponge. The sponge is damp, and so I'm using it to wipe off my fingers because I didn't bring a towel. It's so weird that my dining room table right now is scattered with all of my makeup. This is a weird moment for me. Okay, tea break. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I am setting all of the cream stuff that I just put down. You will know many people who will stop here and be like, I'm done. I don't like powder products and I'm good to go now. And that's fantastic. For me, I have pretty normal skin. It's not overly dry, and it's not overly oily, but if I have makeup on, it tends, if I have makeup on, it tends to get oily. I was looking for my brush and I forgot that you're the camera, so my bad. And so what I do, I like to use a powder to set everything. And so this just, it also kind of diffuses where pores would be, because I have, my skin texture is the kind where like you can see my pores from space. Like I have pores that you could serve soup out of. I have very large pores. And so I need all the diffusing help I can get. I also, when I use a big old fluffy brush like this, I'll in my face instead of swirling, because I don't want to move all of the makeup that I just put down. Because I worked really hard on that. I also have to make sure that I don't stab myself in the eye. That is also very important in makeup. Okay. This is a little like sample, and so it's not the most conducive to actual makeup use. Okay. Okay, let me finish my eye makeup. And you're like, but Terry, you just did so much on your eyes. I know. But now I need to do the bottom half. So usually, you typically want to, or no, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I typically will put the shades that I used on the top part of my eye, I will also put them on the bottom part of my eye. And that is really just to create a sense of cohesion between the top of my eye and the bottom of my eye. It's really subtle. It's not the end of the world if you decide not to do that. And you don't do a lot of it. Everyone has to make this face. It's just a way to kind of create some balance, a little bit of smokiness. But it's not a like, if you don't do this then you suck at everything. Nothing in makeup is in if you don't do this then you suck. Like, it's just not that important. I follow a makeup artist on YouTube, and his name is Robert Welch. And he said something that I was like, oh my gosh, that's the perfect way to say it. And he's like, makeup may not have rules, but it has theories. And I like that. Like, I like the fact that the idea that makeup has theories. Like, there are ways to do something to get a certain look and all of that stuff. But the idea of, like, you're not allowed to do that, like, that's dumb. Why would somebody not be allowed to do that? Okay. So yeah, so that was all I did. That back. Oh my gosh, I did not bring my eyelash curler. We're not going to curl my eyelashes because I don't want to go upstairs. What we are going to do is put on mascara. So I got two things, and you're probably like, Terry, why do you have two things? So one of them is a mascara primer, and that is so that the mascara that I'm going to put on top of this does not fall off my face. My husband's coming, so this is going to be exciting. Oh, I hear puppies. Hi, Obi. I'm filming, so don't say anything controversial. Don't like walk in and be like, whales. Let me tell you my opinion on whales. And so then, right after I put on that white stuff, I will put on mascara, and then that way I can get sweaty, I can have a nervous breakdown, and my mascara will not budge. And so you can see the difference between that eye and that eye. Many people will use eyeliner to help make their eyelashes look bigger and their eyes look bigger. I do not use eyeliner because since my eyes are so hooded, I find that if I use eyeliner, then the eyeliner becomes all you can see. Like, you wouldn't be able to see the shade that I put on my eyelid because my eyeliner would be on top of it. And so I just kind of decided, like, you know what, I'm not going to use eyeliner anymore. And so now I just don't. And no one's gotten mad at me. It's great. Like, no one's called the makeup police on me. However, I also cannot talk and put on mascara at the same time. So you're just going to sit here in silence while I put on mascara. Okay, so this lighting, this is kind of the neutral for this lighting, which is cool toned. Let me know what you think while I put on bronzer. I think I like this light better. I think, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Hang on. I know I don't like, wow. I know I don't like this. So I can't decide whether I like this or this. And it's really just a matter of tone. One doesn't make me darker versus the other. One just makes me look warmer than the other. But at the same time, I don't want to look too orange. Just because that looks weird. So what you're doing with bronzer is you are mimicking where the sun would hit your face. Many bronzers are shimmery to be like, ooh. I do not like shimmery bronzer because I also kind of low-key use it as a powder contour as well. And so mine is matte. I bring it up there. Make sure I didn't do too much. I did not. Filming myself is so weird. And my husband's like 10 feet that way, just like, oh my God, this is what my wife does. And then I'm putting it on my forehead. I put bronzer on my forehead because I have a very big forehead. And so, And so this tends to minimize the appearance of a gigantic forehead, which I have. Some call it a 5 head. I agree with them. I put bronzer on my neck just so I don't look like a floating head. Okay. Ow, what? I almost forgot my eyebrows. Excuse me. I almost forgot my eyebrows. Oh my God. Okay. I almost forgot to do my eyebrows. And that would have been offensive to nature. Okay. So I cannot talk and do eyebrows at the same time. So I'm actually going to pause this and then do my eyebrows and then come back. So stand by. The next time you see me, I'll have my eyebrows up. Okay, I'm not done yet, but I did want to show you the amazing difference between when eyebrows are done versus when eyebrows are not done. So not done, done. Like that is a brow. So I'm just going to pause really fast and finish this one, and then we'll move on. And we're back, and I have eyebrows. Okay, so now going to put on blush. And so now what I'm doing is just putting powder products on top of where I had previously put all those cream products from earlier. So this is not going to be like revolutionary tips and tricks. Again, I just put my blush up here because I feel like it lifts my face more. But it's not a be all and end all. You like smacking it on your apples or your cheeks? Do that. That is not a problem. Yeah, I typically don't like telling people what to do when it comes to makeup because I don't want anybody thinking I'm an authority on it, because I'm really not. But I know that it doesn't come naturally for people, and so people tend to have questions, and that's fine, and I'm happy to answer those. I just don't want you to assume that like my way is the only way to do makeup. It's not. And I know that some people aren't interested in makeup at all, and so for those people who couldn't possibly care less about makeup, sorry I'm talking about it so much. Turns out during a pandemic, I don't have very good stories. So there you have it. What did you do today? Well, I went to my living room. I played Civilization 6. I won a science victory as Kyoto of Japan. Like this is my life on a pandemic. My husband got ooh. No, I think that's fine. Okay, we're good. I thought I put too much, but I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Maybe diffuse it a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. My husband got that game for me because I like the Sid Meier's Civilization games, and he got that for me when I self-quarantined for a few days. I was at school, kind of like earlier in the pandemic. I was at school helping with collecting textbooks and laptops and graduation stuff and all of that. And I had been around people for so long that I felt like I needed to quarantine. And so I just stayed home for like a week, just to, not because I felt ill or anything, I didn't, but I just I didn't want to subject other people to my presence, because I'd been around so many people, and so I didn't want people to feel like they had to be around me. Anyway, we're almost done, for those of you who are just bored out of your mind and for some reason haven't just stopped this. But yeah, so he got it for me, and I've been playing it ever since. It's a lot of fun. Hang on. Very aggressive cucumber smell. So this is a setting spray because I really don't want my makeup to move. This is extra, as am I. Okay, so my lips, I feel like they have no color to them. I feel like right now I am eyeballs, artificially constructed cheekbones, and a nose, and there's like nothing over here. And so, especially when, oh, I need to sharpen this, especially when I'm doing meetings, like Zoom calls, I really feel like you can't see my mouth. And so I'll do this. And as you can imagine, I cannot talk very well while I do it. And you'll see some people on like YouTube and Instagram use lip liner to make their mouth look bigger by drawing outside the natural line of their mouth. And that is one of those things that looks, when you've got like a lot of lighting, the illusion works. When you don't have a lot of lighting, it just looks like you missed your face. And so like you're just like, whoops. And so I do not overdraw my lips. I need to sharpen this. And then just because I'm really extra, like I'm really extra. Now on top of that, I am gonna hit lipstick. Sound like a fish for a bit. I just did a little bit. And full Kardashian transformation. Do a little bit of lip gloss. in the middle. Because now it looks like my lips are coming right at you. Like now this is the 3D glasses of mouth makeup. Yeah. Oh my God, we're done. Okay, so that's it. You've now seen me put on makeup and you're like, wow, you're obsessive and psychotic. So this is the white light. This is the, oh God. So this one is just like really warm lighting. If you have really warm skin tones, this would bring out those warm skin tones. So I'm not like, oh my gosh, why does this lighting exist? I just have more neutral skin tones than this. This just makes whatever like part of me is in front of the camera look orange. And you can actually really see a difference in the color of my neck versus the color of my face with this particular lighting. And so I don't think I'm going to use this one. So this one is a little bit of the warm, a little bit of the cool. So a little bit of warm, a little bit of cool, a little bit of warm, a little bit of cool. All cool. So I look warmer in this lighting than I do in this lighting. But I want to know which one you think is better, basically. I have the opinion, I think, of which one is better, but I want to hear from y'all. That was the whole point of this. Okay, so yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble about Colorado and makeup, and I will catch y'all later. Bye.